In a highly anticipated, albeit very, very well-deserved ruling, a California judge has recommended disbarment for John Eastman, the architect of Donald Trump's scheme to have Mike Pence unilaterally anoint him the winner of an election that he lost. Now, to be clear, Eastman has not yet been disbarred, but the decision here does two things. First, it sends the recommendation to the California Supreme Court, which will ultimately make a decision on the matter. And second, it automatically puts Eastman on inactive status as an attorney, meaning he won't be able to practice law, and he'll stay on inactive status until we have a final decision from the state Supreme Court, meaning that he's already well on his way to joining a long list of Trump-aligned attorneys like Rudy Giuliani and Kenneth Chesebro, who've opted to give up their careers in blind deference to their God King. Now, I want to point your attention to a few sections of the opinion that convey the extent to which John Eastman was rebuked by Judge Yvette Rowland. She wrote, "Eastman's wrongdoing constitutes exceptionally serious ethical violations warranting severe professional discipline. Eastman made multiple patently false and misleading statements in court filings, in public remarks heard by countless Americans, and to others regarding the conduct of the 2020 presidential election and Vice President Pence's authority to refuse to count or delay counting properly certified states of electoral votes on January 6, 2021. She also hit him on his glaring lack of remorse for his actions. Quote, "His lack of insight into the wrongfulness of his misconduct is deeply troubling. While Eastman is entitled to defend himself, his conduct goes beyond this, revealing a complete failure to understand the wrongfulness of his actions." Now, Eastman has already announced in a press conference that he will appeal the ruling, with his lawyers saying that it's unfair that he has to fight his ongoing legal case in Georgia without being able to then earn a living as a lawyer. To which I would humbly suggest, perhaps if you're looking to earn a living as a lawyer, maybe don't put your law license at risk by abusing the legal system to overturn a free and fair election. Just, for starters. I mean, honestly, this is like a doctor killing a patient for fun, getting his medical license revoked, and then complaining that he won't be able to pay for his legal bills because they won't let him keep practicing medicine. Yeah, dude, that's the point. When you abuse your license, you lose it. There's no special carve-out for people who have bills to pay. And for those wondering, the legal statute at play here is called fuck around, find out. What's most absurd is that far from distancing itself from Eastman, the Republican Party as a whole has actually rallied around him. In fact, they tapped Eastman to litigate a voting rights case in Colorado. Here's my Democracy Watch co-host Mark Elias discussing the lunacy of such a move. In between his own disbarment proceedings and likely being one of the unnamed co-conspirators in the new Trump indictment, can you speak on what he did in Colorado?
I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, there's a lot of unbelievable things that Republicans do, but this one's really unbelievable. The Colorado Republican Party decided to challenge an election law, and who'd they hire? John Eastman. John Eastman's in court in Colorado as a lawyer. The Colorado Republican Party's lawsuit is not fanciful. It's wrong. It'll lose, but it's not crazy. Basically, Colorado had a ballot initiative that allows unaffiliated voters to vote in partisan primaries. And the Colorado Republican Party doesn't like that. I understand that, but that's, the law in Colorado. And so they're challenging that. Fair enough. They're going to challenge it. They're going to lose. But to go out and hire John Eastman as your lawyer, I mean, literally, there are thousands and thousands of Republican lawyers. This is the guy you hire? So I just wonder if it's like a fundraising ploy, right? Because they're not going to win the case. So I doubt they're doing this because they're trying to win, but they may be doing it because they figure to you and me, Brian, John Eastman is like a disgraced whatever, but to them, he's like a rock star. Maybe this is a big get.
Right.
If you're the Republican Party of Colorado.
Yeah. I guess if, whoever's listed on a recent indictment is like a big name in the Republican Party these days.
John Eastman is an unindicted co-conspirator of Donald Trump's. I mean, you keep saying apparent or whatever, but he's basically come out and said that he is in the Trump indictment as part of a criminal conspiracy, an alleged criminal conspiracy that he engaged in with Donald Trump and others. And so you'd think you just are fighting bar charges in California. Jack Smith is indicting Donald Trump and describing your conduct in great detail. Now may not be the time to bring an anti-democracy lawsuit. Now's the time. Maybe you lay low, you write a book, you tweet. He's big on Twitter, maybe but you don't really bring another anti-democracy lawsuit.
But that's how it works in today's Republican Party. The more comfortable you are with breaking the law and violating the Constitution, the more in demand you'll become in the GOP. Which is why, even pending disbarment, Republicans sought out Eastman to continue working for them in other cases across the country. All of which brings me to the point here. There is a rot in today's GOP pervading the entirety of that party from top to bottom. These are people who have a fundamental opposition to the very laws that they're sworn to uphold. Their lawyers are there to lend a veneer of credibility to otherwise deeply unconstitutional pursuits, which is exactly what the scheme that John Eastman perpetuated on Trump's behalf was. Here again is Mark Elias discussing the sordid state of the modern GOP and its attorneys.
Look, there is something fundamentally broken in the Republican legal establishment. I mean, we just have to take a step back and realize this is not normal. These crimes that took place did not happen over the objection of lawyers. They happened because of Republican lawyers. Donald Trump may have been a raving lunatic in the White House, but he did not have the reach to actually commit several of these crimes, or for that matter, some of the crimes charged in the Washington, D.C. case, without the active participation and in some instance, goading and insistence of Republican lawyers. The Republican Party needs to take a step back and ask itself, what did we do that facilitated the rise of Trump and the embracing of the party to become completely taken by Trumpism? But I have to say, the bar has some introspection to do here as well. There is something wrong in the Republican legal establishment, in the Republican bar, that it has produced lawyer after lawyer after lawyer that have played such varying roles, from the sort of kingpin tough guy role of Rudy Giuliani to the faux constitutionalist of Eastman, to the fake electors scheme person, we've to Sidney Powell. We've seen it in various roles and in these conspiracies, but it's really, really troubling, and it is something that the bar is going to have to reckon with, and the Republican legal establishment is going to have to reckon with.
So for as dismal as today's Republican Party has become, at least today's decision recommending disbarment offers a glimmer of hope that the guardrails are still intact. And hopefully it'll serve as a warning to other Trump-aligned lawyers that they are free to violate the Constitution on his behalf, but that they're virtually assured to sacrifice everything they've worked for in doing so. Before you go, I need some help. Please subscribe to this channel and do your part to help grow the progressive media ecosystem. I don't do sponsorships or paid ads, I won't ask for money, but just subscribing to this channel goes a really long way, and it helps get the message out to more people. The subscribe button is right here on the screen. You can also subscribe to my Spanish language channel, which I made to reach those crucial Spanish-speaking voters. That link is on the screen too. And finally, if you want to listen to my audio podcast, you can follow that link as well. Thanks so much for watching.
In the soft embrace of morning light, rocky and warm yet hopeful inside, a whisper of promise, a sense so sweet, reviving energy with every heartbeat. Oh yeah, stumbling down the stairs with grace, favorite mother cherished embrace. A dance of enchantment, caffeine's elixir, a daily enchantment. Coffee in the morning, my lifeline, guiding through life's chaotic design, finding every sip of morning zest. In that brew, I find my best. The morning sun, a gentle caress, bathing the world in warmth no less. A symphony of flavors in every pore, awakening senses, a ritual to adore. The kitchen hums a quiet tune as dreams unfold not too soon. my spirit alights. I'm a cradled, a vessel of tales, each sip a dialogue as morning unveils. Bitterness, a new world of tales, as the day unfolds a caffeinated tale in morning symphony where moments prevail. Coffee, my companion in the sunrise quest, in the ritual of morning, my eternal zest. The world awakens a canvas so bright, in the palette of dawn, a captivating sight, a dance of flavors, a morning trance. In the world of coffee, life's sweet romance. Coffee in the morning, my lifeline, guiding through life's chaotic design. Divine